So we're out here and we're at the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's quite amazing, beautiful spot in New York. And actually, right behind us is the Manhattan Bridge as well. There, but it's kind of amazing how large they built this too. I was actually reading up on where they filmed Fantastic Four. They filmed the bridge scene in Canada, but they built a scene that looks just like the Brooklyn Bridge. It was supposed to look like the Brooklyn Bridge. Um, so today we're going to talk about labyrinths, and how they're complex mazes and how life is a lot like it. And many of us know that there's only one path out of a labyrinth. There's only one path out of a maze. So as you follow your life and go through your life, you'll see that there's tons of different paths to success. There's you could go this way, you could go that way, and I think part of it is learning that God will show you the path. You just have to trust Him to go down it. Through my life, I've seen that God will give me different opportunities to show me different things that I could do, and maybe I don't always take Him up on it, or maybe I do, but I do it before time. And I've noticed that the things that I've jumped into before time, maybe I knew that it was something that was in my heart. Maybe I knew that it was something that is core to me, but I jumped into it early, and then the outcome was it fell short. So I had to wait for basically for God to show me the right way to do it, or the right people to get connected to, because maybe I connected to the wrong people because I was trying to force it myself. So understanding that, like, sometimes it's just timing. Like, God puts these seeds in us as we're growing up, these seeds that basically grow over time. Like, as you get older, you start to realize, I really wanted to do that when I was a kid, and you're gaining those things back. You're getting those things back as you're growing older, and you realize, I really wanted to do the same things I wanted to do as a kid. Myself as a kid, I always told my mom, I want to be a bishop. I want to be a bishop. And I saw that emulated many times at church, and I saw something about them that I wanted to do. But I think it was something deeper. I think God was speaking through me and telling me something about my future, because I never really truly understood what being a bishop was about. My dad wasn't even a bishop. He's a pastor, and he preached. But most of his preaching career had nothing to do with the Word of God. So for me to kind of see that somewhere and say I want to be a bishop, and I would say it constantly and over and over and over, is an interesting thing. So I think even now, to this day, I'm 24 years old, about to be 25 in November. I have not yet become a bishop, but I am ordained as a prophet, as a minister. So I think things all along the way kind of just happen, and it's kind of like trusting God in the little things, trusting God in this, trusting God in that, and seeing where He takes you. Even being here today and choosing to do this video is a powerful thing. I had been working on my social skills for a while, working on being able to talk about something for a long period of time, for a while, and I've been sort of learning after Owen Cook's kind of way of doing things. You know, he does beautiful videos with beautiful views in his background, and I love that. Also, he always keeps the sun in front of him. Plus, I'm dark skinned, so it's working in my favor. But things like that, emulating him, seeing him for many years, and then never really taking action until just recently. It's interesting how timing kind of comes together. And through this process of practicing my speaking, learning how to talk for 10 to 15 minutes on one word like labyrinth, is a powerful thing. You can see how your path is starting to carve out, and the path is still narrow, but you can see it better. The picture becomes more clear. It gets more put together, and you'll start to see, okay, God knows what the full picture looks like. He gives you puzzle pieces as life goes on. And that's kind of how you'll see that things progress. And it's just that trusting. When he gives you a puzzle piece, just accept it and keep going, keep moving, um, and take those steps to see where he wants to take you. And this is what all of life is all about. It's about taking leaps of faith. And if you're able to take those leaps of faith, you'll see what happens when you say yes. It reminds me of that movie with Jim Carrey where the whole movie, he made a decision to say yes instead of say no to things. And it's crazy how much his life changed immediately. The things he started saying yes to had a powerful effect on his entire life. And think about the things that you said no to because you didn't believe in yourself. Realize you're also saying no to what God had in mind for you. Now, I get it. You're feeling emotional. You're feeling not confident. You feel like you're not able to do whatever is in front of you. You're having a Moses experience where God's coming to you and say, hey, I need you to free my people. And he's like, I can't talk. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. You're having that moment. But God knows more about you than you. You only know a limited amount of you. You don't know your full potential. You know, oh, I could potentially do this. But you don't know the fullness of what God sees in the future if you choose to go in that direction. Moses had to make a decision. Is he going to disobey God because he has so much fear? Is he going to disobey God because he's never seen what God has seen? Or is he going to trust God that he's right about him? And that if he just goes down that path, he would be successful. And that's what it takes. It takes true faith, true belief, but also realizing that you can believe in yourself because he believes in you. He knows what you're capable of. You can believe in yourself. And that's part of loving yourself. Realizing that you actually can love yourself. You can actually give yourself some love, give yourself some confidence, and say, I am enough. I'm worthy. I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of taking up whatever God has put in my plan, whatever is in my purpose for my life. I'm worthy of that. And realizing that has a powerful effect. It causes you to be able to move through life without relying on your own strength. And that's the whole thing. You're not relying on your own strength to move through life. You're relying on God. This is what's required for true success. The people that become successful, they're not relying on self. They're relying on others. And those who can become successful in the kingdom rely on God and his strength. We are limited beings. He gave us these bodies as a test to see how much we can rely on him, not how much we can rely on ourselves and how strong we are. He knows our limits, and he knows if we just rely on our limits alone, we won't be able to do much more. We won't have much more in the tank. And he knows this. And this is why he wants to work with us for our purpose and his purpose to meet glory in him. It's all to show his glory. And if you believe in him, you will show his glory. If you love him, you will show his glory. He said, if you love me, you will obey me. Obey is call to action for you to step into your purpose. Obey that. And don't be afraid of that. Because it's also for you. The purpose that he's put on your life is not just for people around you. Even me being around these people, somehow, some way I'm meant to be here at this time. It's not just for me. It's for the people surrounding me. You got to realize how this blesses you too, because you get to see. You get to see the vessel that you are, the vessel that you become. More and more, you become that goblet, and you're being filled up with this righteous water. It's an amazing thing when you finally let God fill you and stop filling it with false things, while also poking holes in the bottom of the goblet. Come on, guys. Let God work fully in you. Let him be your guide. Let him be your love. Let him be your light. Let him be the truth and the way and the life for you. So I want you guys to really be aware of the fact that life is a maze. But as you take step by step, every step you take is a step in trusting God, and it only gets easier to the point where you start to live by His bread alone, which is His word, and you're on bated breath at all times, waiting on His next moves for you. I'm telling you guys about something that I know is possible for myself, not something that I'm walking in, something that I know is possible for myself, something that I am getting closer to walking with, being in step with God, knowing where He'll kind of take you next, but also knowing that you don't know everything. You just know pieces, and the piece that He gives you is enough. The breadcrumb that He leaves for you is enough, because the rest is trusting Him. The rest is faith. He gives you a little bit, and He tells you to go. And you having faith to do that brings you to the expected end that He has in mind for you. Love you guys. God bless you guys.